Hello everyone, it's Nadie, and today we'll be testing out the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Caffeine Concealer and Foundation. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Oh, my little cafe olays, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a spectacular day so far. I myself am doing wonderful, and I'm so excited to try these. I am an absolute coffee whore, and I don't really know much about these, but anything coffee related, I'm taking that shit to Pound Town. So before I open these up and pour myself into them, let's hop over to the C4Hot website and see the deets on these. All right, these retail for $39. You can either use them as a concealer or a foundation. That's fun, and it looks like it comes in 30 different shades. It does go very fair and very deep, and there are quite a few in between. However, a lot in the medium to deep section look extremely yeller. So I tried to order a few from the light section that were kind of on the peachy side. I was fortunate enough to catch a few rays of sunshine this last week, so I'm a minute amount deeper than I normally am, but I think these will probably still work for me. I got light 120, light 160, and light 140. But let's take a look at the reviews so far. This currently has almost 5 out of 5 stars. The lowest review so far is 4. They say it's nice as a concealer, but not as a foundation. It performs best under the eyes and as a spot concealer. It's very hydrating, which is what the fuck I need. Oh my god, I'm a dry bitch. Finish is beautiful. It didn't get oily or set into my fine lines. My gosh, so far this sounds perfect for me. The 5 stars say it covers my under eye bags and dark spots really well. Oh my god, I need that too. Well, this person likes it more as a foundation, and as a concealer, it's just okay, but it held up for 10 hours and did nicely. The packaging is luxurious as shit, and the formula is so easy and smooth to blend. Very hydrating, very smooth, lasted all day. Oh my gosh, I love the sound of this. And their little about section says this is a 2-in-1 caffeine infused concealer and foundation with natural looking full coverage and all day wear to visibly brighten and re-energize all skin types. I love that. It has oat extract to calm and soothe the skin, and it's free of parabens, formaldehydes, phthalates, and pretty much everything else known to man, so you're basically getting a tube of colored water. I'm really intrigued by this, especially the caffeine part. I want to know if this smells like Café. Okay, so here is light 140. This is gonna be a little bit too light for me, which means that light 20 is probably gonna be too light for me as well. That's cute. Maybe this shade will actually be my skin tone, and then I can use the other shades as a concealer to highlight. Well, I don't know. Actually, it smells like oats. Huh, like an oat milk bath that you take when you get poison ivy in your nethers. If you're wondering how I know about that, don't ask. But it does have a very thick consistency, which would be perfect for spot concealing, and I could see a tiny amount of this going a very long ways, which I guess does kind of then justify the price. Oh, but I love that smell. It's very natural, and it actually reminds me of my formulation days when I was just starting. I used to do a lot of things with face masks and body products, and oh god, this just smells so good. So let's try these sexy little beasts. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. Ooh, wow. Somebody is very excited. This doesn't really tell me the best method of application, so why don't we try a couple different methods? I feel like lately brushes are kind of like the pull-out method, where sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right, let's try dabbing a little bit of 160 right under my eyes right here. I'm just gonna take a teeny bit, which that might actually be a lot, but I'm gonna blend this out with my Hank and Henry Christina brush. I think this is probably gonna be a bit too light to actually use as a foundation, but oh my taint and titties, that is beautiful. It basically just like blended itself out with a few little stipples. God, I just cannot get over how good that smells. But that is not at all clinging to the little dry patches that I have underneath my eyes. It honestly looks seamless and flawless. It's not the most coverage ever, but I just look healthier. My god, did I find a new favorite? That legit looks great. I want just a tiny bit more coverage though, which truthfully, this is probably enough for most people, but I want to look porcelain, damn it. Oh my gosh, it layers up so nicely. Fuck me up, bitch. Do you see that? Yes, it is a little bit too light, so it's kind of accentuating the blue under my eyes, but without my tan, this color would probably be perfection. I'm really happy about this because several of the last beauty products from Marc Jacobs that we've tried, I have not loved, but that just looks so good. Fuck, now I kind of do want to use it as a foundation. Let me just apply it to half of my face and we'll see how bad of a color match it is. I don't mind looking a little ghostly as long as I'm not orange or yellow. Oh god, that is probably a little bit too dramatic. But just so that we can see how it looks as a foundation, let me just stipple this in. That is blending out amazingly. Oh my gosh. It's even blending in between my little face fur without pilling up. It doesn't really look that dry on my skin, and it has amazing coverage too. A lot of times when I apply a foundation that's way too fucking light for me like this, it makes my skin look even worse, and it's really obvious that I'm wearing a light foundation, but I think that if I put this all over my entire face, it would look natural. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell that I have a tan under this. And it kind of matches my neck. I wonder if I should use this as a foundation. You know what? Fuck it, we're going to. I think once I have my contour and everything on, it'll be okay. The only thing is that if you're using it as a foundation, you do kind of have to use a lot, and you don't get a fuck ton of this, but it is very rare for me to find a foundation that actually looks this good on my skin, so I almost don't even care. Like, I'm getting to the point in my life where I don't even care how the fuck much it is. If it looks good, I'll buy it. But does this not look like the bomb diggity? Oh, I am very impressed so far. It just looks so fucking natural, which is weird because it's totally not my color. Like, normally I would pull up the match-o-meter, but I really can't because it's obvious that it's not even close to my real shade. But I think once my tan fades, this would be perfect. But what's odd is that as a foundation, it does really want to set in my forehead wrinkles, but it wasn't creasing at all underneath my eyes. So let's quick take a look at how it is now before I set it, because it definitely does need setting. What do you think? I really, really like this. Definitely more as a concealer versus a foundation, because as it's drying down, it's starting to really add texture in places that I don't want it to. But I could see people loving this for under their eyes and for spot concealing. So I'll set underneath my eyes with a very light dusting of Laura Mercier, and then another very light dusting on the rest of my face. Oh, damn, that actually made it look even better, especially on my forehead. Fuck. Maybe I do like this as a foundation. Oh. I do, though, still see a little bit of redness peeking around here, even though I doubled up on it. So we'll see how that wears over time, but really, I like this a lot. I think in the future, I would really only use this on my entire face for a really special occasion. I'd probably pair this with my Dior Backstage. Hold on, I know I did just powder, and I wouldn't normally do this, but I just want to set a little teeny bit right there to see if I can spot conceal. Yes! Fuck, that did a great job. Whew. Might as well just tap a little bit right there, and it's laying over that powder really, really well. Very nice. I'll just tap this brush right over it so that it's really set into place. All right, so here we are, bitch. I am hella impressed. Lightness aside, what do we think? I just think this is divine. My skin looks smooth. It looks hydrated. It doesn't look too terribly dry. I do have a little bit of texture in my normal textured areas, but it's not like enhanced. I think this looks really, really fucking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my face off camera. I'll be back with a look, and I will see you at the end of the day. We can see how this is worn. All right, beebies, it is the end of the day. Let's see, how do we look? Okay, so it's doing a few things. I did try to contour, and I think after everything's on my face, this color match is actually pretty good. However, it is starting to really dry out in certain areas, mainly on my forehead. It's just like setting into my fine lines. And then right here where I put it over that powder, it's starting to turn kind of yellow, so maybe that wasn't the best idea. However, my redness is starting to really peek through, and it's literally just like wiping the fuck away. So if you do have oilier skin, maybe don't use this, or use a mattifying primer that'll really help this stick. But as a concealer underneath my eyes, I love this. I don't love it as a foundation though. For the price, I feel like my face looks about as good as it would with a drugstore foundation, but underneath the eyes, that's where I think it really, really speaks volumes. It still looks really good. Like, I've got a nice highlight going on. It's not too creasy under there. I think I may have found a new favorite concealer to film with. If my skin were a little bit more hydrated, and maybe if I used it a little bit more sparingly, I probably could get away with using this as a foundation. But because I had to use so much of it and it's kind of expensive, I probably wouldn't. Like I said before, this paired with my Dior Backstage would probably be outstanding. So yes, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I think in person, it is the bee's fucking knees. So do I recommend this? If you have hydrated skin, absolutely, like everywhere. And then if you have more drier skin, I'd probably just stick to using this as a concealer. But regardless of who you are, yes, I do recommend this. Do I think it's worth the price? Not necessarily as a foundation, but as a concealer, yes. I love that it's not at all heavy. It's so light. It's very comfortable. It conceals, but not so much that it looks unnatural. I think the only negative is that you are going to have to use a really hydrating primer if you have dry under eyes, and a mattifying primer if you have oilier spots, because it does kind of want to come off. Which, now that I'm looking in my mirror, my nose is the slightest bit oily, so that's probably why it's kind of saying sayonara. But like under my eyes, it looks great. And I feel like it's a very versatile product, and I love versatility in the makeup industry. Fuck, I love versatility in other places too. But if you're curious about it, abso-fucking-lutely try it. I don't think you'll be upset about it. Good job, Marc Jacobs. You go, honey. Anyways, my loves, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And if you'd like to support me and my channel a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early. You get Patreon-only content. Plus, best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!